Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a mishmash video. I'm getting ready. I also have a new product from Tom Ford. This is the new quad, the Tropical Dusk. I also have been testing out some Sisley products. I have them right here and I want to try them on for you and give you my thoughts on them. And then I'm just going to use some random products that I have in my collection. So if you're interested, continue watching. Maybe grab your makeup, get ready with me, something to eat, hang out, and let's get started. I bought these two bad boys right here. This is the PHYTO Tint Nude from Sisley, and this is their Blur Expert powder, the new one. They've had this powder in their collection, but this is the new shade, which is Zero Light. They had a deeper shade. Apparently it was supposed to be universal, but on really fair skin, it showed up, it darkened their skin quite a bit. And I don't see that working for really deep skin tones. So I don't know what's going on there, but I had some people interested in this powder. And since I've been wanting to try Sisley products, I was like, let's try it. Now, I am going to start with the foundation or the skin tint, and I'm going to pull up the info about this. I purchased mine from Nordstrom, and this bad boy is $105. Yes, you've heard that right. I think it's the most expensive skin tint that I have. Now I have foundations that are more expensive, but this is very natural on the skin. This is supposed to be a fluid skincare foundation with an oil-free formula that helps you achieve an ultra-natural complexion and hydrated, energized skin. So pretty much what this is a very light skin tint. The packaging is very small, but it's actually really cute. It has the S emblem, is that what it's called? Up there. The cap is nice. You have a squeeze tube. This is plastic. It doesn't feel like $100 skin tint, but I do, for some reason, really like the packaging. It's small, it's compact, and I can like kind of squeeze it on my face. And I do like the packaging. It does not scream luxury to me. Now, the color I have is 2N. I tried the 2W1, I tried the 3N, 3W. I was not able to find my right shade, and I still don't think that this is my right shade. I'm gonna shake it, and I'm gonna apply it with my fingers because that's just what I've been doing. I'm gonna apply here a little bit. So we're gonna do one side with, one side without. This turns a little bit pink on me. So let's see here, if you can see. I like using my fingers with this. I have used a brush and I found that I like the fingers better, but you can definitely use a really dense brush. Otherwise it will soak up too much product and you won't get much coverage. Yeah, there's something about the undertone of this that I don't love, but it's so sheer that you'll see it will work. Also, you can see that my face is a little darker than my chest. I also have some pimples here and it's hormonal. I've been struggling this past couple weeks a little bit with that, but this is a very blurring product. Very blurring. And I didn't see that much in the description talking about that. But when I first put this on, my skin, I've upped my retin-A, so my skin started peeling again and having some issues. And I just put this on in the store and I felt like it looked so stunning over my texture, over my peeling skin, and it just looked beautiful in store. Okay, so this is with and then without. So what I see is a very blurred, kind of evened skin tone. I love the way this looks. Absolutely adore it. There's this slight radiance to it, but this doesn't feel oily. It actually feels like it's drying down. I was not interested in buying a foundation from them. I was just interested in the powder. But once I tried this in store, it really sucked me in. I came home, I walked away from it because it's so expensive. And then after inspecting my skin at home, I went back and purchased it because this is exactly what I want for summertime. You can see that the coverage is sheer. It is buildable light to medium. It's not medium coverage, it's light to medium. And you can sheer it out to be just a very light coverage. But this is my perfect summer coverage. It feels very velvety on the skin. Definitely hydrating and very smoothing, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just an interesting feel on the skin. It doesn't feel like sticky, like it will stay sticky throughout the day. You definitely have that radiance, and I love the effect that this gives. I think the biggest plus for me in this skin tint, I would call it, is the blurring effect. I mean, I feel like this whole side of my face looks so much smoother and blurred. It covered little, obviously you can tell, it just kind of evens out your skin tone. You can still see my freckles through, which I like. I love this. I think this has such a beautiful natural effect on the skin that I was kind of blown away when I first tried it again in store, that made me want to come back and purchase it. And you can see, you know, we have some pigmentation, some darkness around the eyes, and here it's just more even. It still looks exactly like your skin, but just more perfected. Like nobody would know that I have a skin tint on this side. Moving on to this, and I like the ease of use. You don't need to use much. It actually gives you, I wouldn't say it goes a long way. It doesn't give you more coverage than you think. No. But it does like spread easily. Now, I think price is very important to talk about, because when it comes to makeup, I've had some comments. They said, well, you shouldn't talk so much about the money aspect, because if people can't afford it, they shouldn't buy it. I can see that perspective. I just don't think it's right. When I review a product, I think how much money costs is a huge factor. So if I have a foundation that's $150, even if I can afford it, I want to know if it's good. I want to know what makes it that much more unique that I should spend extra money on it. And you know, if it's worth it, if it's a good product. So I think money is a huge aspect when it comes to makeup. Also, I know a lot of people are saving money to put towards a product that maybe they think, you know, it's more expensive, but it will give them what they want. So because of that, I will always talk about the money aspect, because I think it is actually a huge part of makeup. And why should you spend $100 over a $7-10 at the drugstore? Now, do I think that this is worth the money? Absolutely not. There's no reason why you should charge over $100 for a skin tint. It does have some skincare benefits in there. I looked at the ingredients. Also, it does have fragrance. The fragrance is towards the bottom. It's not super strong, but it's there. So if you're not into fragrance, you're not gonna like this. But the skincare ingredients are not justifiable whatsoever for the price that you're paying. This is pretty much similar to this from Chanel, the Water Fresh tint. It's like a water infused skin tint, and the Chanel is pretty much half the price, I think. The Sisley does have better coverage than the water tint, and if I were to pick between these two, because of the extra coverage, I think I would go for the Sisley. It just gives me a little bit more, and I see it on the skin much better. They both have almost that filter effect on the skin. With the Sisley, I see an amazing blurring effect, and same with the Water Fresh tint. It's kind of a blurring, smoothing effect that they both have. Both feel very hydrating, although I do have to say the Sisley feels more like skincare on my skin. If you are, you know, loving the luxury life just like me, and you're looking for a skin-like product, this is beautiful. It really is. It has a beautiful finish. It feels like skin. It looks like skin. actually feels like nothing on the skin. It's so beautiful and blurring. Minimal coverage. Like I mentioned, I would say this is a light coverage. You can kind of build it up a little bit to a light medium at best. But the finish is beautiful. It's very blurring. It is summertime here, and I find this to get a little glowier throughout the day, but it's nothing oily looking. It still looks really pretty throughout the day. So I feel like I talked a lot about this just because of the price and just my experience with it. I really wanted to get my thoughts out there. I don't like the shade range. I've had a really hard time finding my perfect shade, but again, it's so sheer that it'll blend in with your skin, as you can see. So for me, this was a great introduction to Sisley because it's exactly what I like in my products. It feels very natural on the skin, very elegant. If you have a lot of blemishes, this is not for you, but I do really enjoy the product. For my under eyes, I'm taking a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Corrector, just a tiny bit, because I want to give this Valentino concealer another chance. I did not love this when I first tested it out, and I don't think I've tried it since. It's quite light, so I think that's what's drawing me away from this concealer, is that it's just light and I don't like a bright under eyes. But this is in the shade LN3. I'm gonna add just a little bit. Oh, it's gonna ruin my makeup. But I thought, okay, my skin base is so light in texture and coverage that maybe we'll make this work. So I love the way this applied when I tried it on, but after that, it just separated under my eyes so bad. So I thought, give it another go before I declutter it. And again, I think the fact that I don't have the right shade also makes me not want to reach for it. That is the reason I wanted to put the corrector under to kind of balance the color. Actually, that doesn't look that bad. With a corrector, it looks actually quite nice. Really brightening this concealer. So I'm very curious to see what I'll think about this at the end of the day. Right now, it actually looks really beautiful under the eyes. It's very smoothing. I'm gonna add just a little bit more here. Did I mention that I upped my retin-A? So my skin is peeling a little bit. Not bad, but around the nose. So this has been a lifesaver for me because of that. But even this doesn't look too bad under the eyes. Around the nose, it's clinging a little bit to some of that dry texture, but not awful. Like, you have to be close to see it. Okay, actually that looks really pretty right now. There's hope, guys. But I do remember liking this until I did a check-in. I will leave in the description down below how I wore. Now let's move on to this powder. This is the Blur Expert in O Light from Sisley. They have had this powder, and from what I could tell, it was very popular. But they had it in a deeper shade, and that was their only shade. So if you had lighter skin tone, it would really darken up your under eyes or your face. And they just need a deeper shade too. Like, I know it's very malleable and a lot of different skin tones can wear it, but you need more shades. Now this bad boy is $110. This is the most expensive powder that I have in my collection, and hopefully the last most expensive powder. It's supposed to be an exceptionally fine, luminous matte perfecting powder that creates the look of perfect skin with a single stroke. The way it was sold to me, it was that it's just blurring. It's the most blurring powder you will ever use, most just smooth, and it feels very light and smooth on the skin. This, I'm pretty sure it's a baked product. It's a very similar to the Chantecaille powder, but I've put them side by side and wore them side by side, and this is so much more smoother than the Chantecaille one. I pulled up that bad boy right here. The color's different as well, and I have to say that the Chantecaille powder it's smooth, but the color is not very brightening. I kind of feel like sometimes it darkens me up a little bit. This is in light medium. It's the lightest one they have. So I think the color I enjoy better of the Sisley, and the blurring effect is better in my opinion. Out of all the Sisley products that I was looking at, this was the one that was almost sold to me the most. Everybody was raving about this product and they were very excited to have a lighter shade. Now I have been wearing this for, I want to say, oh, this had something on it. I have to change my brush because this had some black stuff all over it. We'll wash that. But I don't know how much the camera can pick up. But truly, this is the most smoothing powder I've ever tried. The most skin-like and smoothing ever. Truly, I've tried so many different powders. The Chantecaille is really nice, but this is so much better than the other ones. I completely understand why everybody there was raving about this. It also is a little bit brightening, and it says that it has this light reflecting property to it, and it does, without this being too bright under the eyes. Again, this is the lightest color, the new one that they just came out with, and on my skin tone, it is so beautiful. I can apply and apply and apply. It never looks heavy. Oh, such a stunning powder. If I were to choose between this or the skin tint, a million times the powder. It has a huge impact. I don't have anything that's quite as blurring in this one. Yes, this, it's worth almost, I want to say it's worth the money almost, even though nothing should be that expensive. But wow, the effect that this has on the skin, if you have mature skin, if you have dry skin, even if you have oily skin, I could see how this could be so beautiful and blurring. So let's zoom you in, see if we can see. So this side is the one that's blurred, and this is without. And I just think that this looks so beautiful without being matte or drying at all. Don't look at my nose, it's peeling really bad, but I don't think I've even added this on my nose. What a stunning, stunning product. This makes me want to try more Sisley. I've heard their blushes are incredible. If you have recommendations, please let me know of Sisley products. Even my concealer that I do not like looks incredible under this powder. I have gray hair coming in. I'm trying to debate if I want to bring my highlights back up. Do I want to just go natural? I don't know. For the bronzer, I'm going to take my Faithful Makeup by Mario. This is in light medium. I have the medium right here. I think I'm going to bronze up with this, kind of slightly contour with this one. I cannot get away from this product. I love it so much. And I think it works so well with more of this minimal, soft makeup look. I can contour the nose so well with this. It's never too much or too intense. It's just a beautiful product, and it's not $100. Shocker, I know. Okay, I'm taking the medium a little bit just to bronze up a little bit. You can kind of tell that it gives me quite a lot of warmth. I'll blend it in a little bit more. Just kind of want to put it there first. Oh, I shouldn't put it around the eyes because I have the Tom Ford quad to test out. And then I'm just taking my fingers and blending all of this. I want it to be as natural as possible. If I had a beauty blender, I probably would use it, but I don't. I'm just gonna use this brush. For blush, I'm gonna take this Makeup by Mario blush. This is in Barely Blushing, and I kind of feel like this is what I want. I don't want too much color, just a little bit. Yeah, pretty. So this is their lightest shade, and it does show up on me. Again, I can't get away from these Makeup by Mario blushes. Their enhancer, just this formula speaks to my soul. So now I'm gonna go back into my powder and just blur out the edges a little bit. I did my brows real quick because I want to move on to this bad boy right here. So this is the Tropical Dusk. This is the limited edition, if I'm not mistaken, from Tom Ford. First of all, the packaging is this gold, beautiful packaging, already full of my prints. The box is right here, and it does come with this white velvet pouch that I always throw away. So I was not planning to purchase this. If you've seen my Will I Buy It video, I was like, no way, I'm skipping. And then I've seen reviews and swatches and eye looks, and I was just like, it stole my heart. Tom Ford comes out with a lot of quads, and I barely purchase them, honestly. Even though some of my favorite quads, like the Smoky Quartz is my favorite quad. But when I saw this one, the colors, I was just, I need to have it. Oops, I saw that coming. And I had the $100 points bonus thing from Sephora, and I decided to purchase this. I haven't even swatched this. It's literally brand new. I've had this for actually like a couple weeks, I want to say, and I held off, and I'm very proud of myself for that. Let's swatch this. Okay, so this does not feel like the cream formula from him, but still very pigmented, beautiful. Ooh, yes. That feels very, very smooth, and I think this is the topper kind. Those colors are everything. Here are the swatches. And this top one is very exciting. It's kind of like a topper, but it has more pigment to it than kind of I've seen in videos. I was expecting this to be even lighter, but it does pack a punch, I think. This color story is beautiful. Very basic, of course, but very up my alley. I'm going to do a very basic look. I'm going to take this pink up here and just put it in my crease. Ooh, that's actually more pigmented than I expected. Oh yeah. It feels a little drier when I was swatching it. It didn't feel quite as creamy as some of the other ones, but the blendability is there. It pulls much more warm on me than pink. I was expecting this to be maybe a little bit more paler and muted, but it pulls quite warm on me, as you can see. I have to say that concealer is looking actually really good. Taking a smaller brush, the same pink color. I'm taking the brown color right here, taking some of it off. This is a Wayne Goss brush, but you can use a Refer brush. Those are my go-to as well. I don't think you can find these anymore from Wayne Goss. I'm just darkening up this outer corner and crease. Blends in nice. Nothing special so far. Not that I expected this to be out of this world. I'm just excited for the color story and the shimmers. Kind of taking this all over and under the eyes. I'm just throwing the colors on because I want to see how easy the blendability is, because at such a high price, I want to see if you're not careful with how you apply it, or if it's just easy to blend in. I usually am much more lighter when it comes to eyeshadow. I slowly add product, but I think for this formula, it should blend in and be very easy to work with, even if you're not careful. First, we're gonna go with the lighter shade. I'm using my finger, of course, going in to the inner corner. Okay, so this is a very soft, smooth shimmer. It's not metallic at all. It's just smooth. It kind of reminds me of just the basic Tom Ford shimmery formula. I would not call this metallic at all. It's just very forgiving, I would say. That is a really beautiful, smooth color. I've seen this before many times. But let's take this one, and this is more of that toppery, shimmery. In the Tom Ford toppers, for me, they're one of my favorites because they're elegant, they're not too intense or sparkly. They just have such a beautiful effect that's elegant. It's not too intense, and that color, whew, I love that. See how dark it looks here, and on the eye it's just so much more refined. I'm gonna take this pink one more time. The one thing that I'm a little bit like is that this pink pulls so warm on me. I was hoping it would be more neutral, and I feel like it's quite warm. I'm gonna take the darker one and make it a little smokier under here. I do want a little smokier effect. And why not? I'm gonna take this color and smudge it under here. I'm gonna go back in this lightest shade and intensify this inner corner here. I don't want to put it all the way here in my tear duct because this is still a little dark for me, and it's just gonna darken up that area. I'm gonna put just a highlighter there. I'm gonna take a highlighter from this. This is a very old Hourglass palette. Absolutely adore this palette. And just brightening this inner corner. I kind of have the need for this here as well. I think I took that brown a little bit all over, and it darkened up the look a lot. Let me go put my mascara on, and I'll show you the finished look and kind of my thoughts on the palette. I finished the look with the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara, and then I also added a little bit of the Hourglass on the lower lashes. This never really smudges on me, so that's why I always use this one. Also, a little bit of the Victoria Beckham black liner. I tight lined upper lash line, and then kind of smudged it a little bit. And that's the finished eye look. Let me do the lip real quick, and then I'm going to talk about the eyes because I feel like the face is not finished. I'm taking my Tower 28 liner. This is in Work of Art, and line my lips. And then I'm going to take the Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the new Blur lip formula, and I'm going to add a little bit of this and smudge it. I really like this formula, but blurred. I don't like it when I wear it like full color. I like it when I just blur it out a little bit. Now let's talk about this eyeshadow. Honestly, I'm a little surprised at how it turned out. It definitely is more golden and warm than I expected, more brown, I would say. Because of this pink, I think this is throwing me off a little bit because I was expecting to have maybe a more muted pink, and on me it transferred quite warm. I love this color right here. I think it is a beautiful, sultry brown with some gold in it, but it's a very unique and fun. I do enjoy this color quite a lot. I'm just gonna keep adding a little bit of this. I like that there is shimmer in it, but it's so elegant that I think anybody could wear it and it wouldn't be too much. It wouldn't be emphasizing any texture. Even if you have finer lines around your eyes, I still think you could wear this easily. Tom Ford toppers / shimmers are very elegant, so you can really wear them, and this catches the eye in just different lighting. You're just getting a little bit of glistening there, like just a little bit of sparkle, which I find very beautiful. This shade right here, kind of basic, nothing crazy, nothing out of this world. I've seen these in Tom Ford quite a little bit. It's a very smooth peachy pinky color. It's nice, nothing crazy. This brown is actually beautiful. You can build it up, you can sheer it out. I did go a little heavy with that. I just kind of wanted to see how easy it was to blend in, and is quite easy. I didn't have a problem with that. And again, this pink, I don't know, I just wish it was just a little bit more pink. But overall, I do think this is beautiful. I enjoy it. I'm glad I have it, but it's nothing out of this world. It's nothing super unique. You don't need to go run and grab it. But I do see myself using this palette over and over again just because the colors is what I wear. It's kind of like a beautiful, neutral, basic but a little smoky look. I think you could even combine these two, like put this all over the lid and add that over it, and you would have this beautiful smoky look. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this palette. I'm glad I have it, but I definitely don't think it's necessary, and the formula is not out of this world exceptional. It's nothing unique, just saying. Now the under eye is looking better than I expected. I don't know if this has just changed on me and I enjoy it, or it's the powder combined with this. Like this powder is beautiful, guys. I have to say, this is just such a big discovery for me. I'm very excited for this, but I don't know if it's the powder that made the concealer look better, but I do enjoy it. And then again, this is the skin tint. You guys know my thoughts on it. I love it so far. Sisley has proven itself to me, and I'm gonna try more Sisley products. Just not yet. I need a break from them. And that is everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link everything that I used, and hopefully if I can find my earrings or my dress or things like that, I'll try to link them down below. If I don't, remind me, because I may forget. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you thumbs up this video to help push it out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.